Hello. So I finally have built a new house for my Not So Berry challenge. I've been saying for like the last probably 4 episodes that I needed to upgrade the house because Minnie, who is my founder, has a one-bed house. So, and then she's got a daughter who has been throughout her toddler and baby life sleeping in our room and for a little bit of her childhood. So finally here, I'm finally building a house. I was speaking about moving. I have in fact moved them. I haven't moved them out of Brindleton Bay, but I have moved them to a different lot. So they've gone from, I think like, it's not Dashens Creek, but it's the one near there, to the bit that's near the, what are they called? The the gay couple, the pug, I think it is. No, it's a French bulldog. The Brents. You know who I mean. The iconic couple. I think that might be like one of my favourites in this game. Along with, I don't know, I've got a few favourite like townies, which is also another thing that like I've been building my own save for like fun for a while. And I've been like trying to decide which townies I want to keep because the answer is I don't care about most of them, but I like them. Oh, the Heckings, that's it, I think. I like the Heckings. I like the Goths. I really don't care about that crazy cat lady. She's just not that interesting to me. I think her name's like Katerina or something. I'm trying to think which other ones I care about, but there's really not a lot. The Calientes and Lothario. Who else is there that's iconic? The Pleasant Twins, but they're new. I'm still upset because they don't have... What's my favourite family? The Broke family. They were my favourite in The Sims 2 because you'd enter the house and is it Brandy? A couple of like days after would be like, oh, I'm pregnant. And you'd be like, okay. So when I played The Sims 2, I played a lot with like townies rather than... Because I'd make my own Sims, but the families I'd end up playing with were usually townies. And I think that's because in The Sims 2, the story element was a really big deal. And there was like all this lore and all these little like story things you could read through, and it was really interesting and I had a lot of fun. And I really loved the Sims 2 community. That was like one of those communities I grew up on. So it was like the Sims 2 exchange where I'd read like all these stories, and then Club Penguin and then Stardoll for me. They were my three. And Flickr, because loads of the creators from the Sims 2 community would like go over to Flickr and do Sims photo editing and stuff. It was really cool. And I guess now the equivalent is like Sims YouTube, because I feel like back then people would use YouTube for like machinima. There we go. I was trying to get the word. So YouTube would be used for like machinimas, but it wasn't like how it is now, I don't think. Like there wasn't a lot of YouTubers or in a lot of YouTube videos. Whereas I think the equivalent then was like the Sims 2 exchange where you'd share stories. And then the Sims 3 exchange was never quite the same. Like it just wasn't as much of a community. So I was really sad when like the Sims 2 exchange closed down because it meant I couldn't read all these like old stories that I grew up reading and stuff. It made me quite upset. And then I think the Sims 3, I used to read some like legacy challenges, but then a lot of the people that I read legacy challenges from went over to blogs like on LiveJournal. And then now I think you just do that kind of stuff on YouTube or maybe Tumblr. I don't know. I guess it's interesting how like internet communities evolve. And I have not spoken about this build once again. I hope no one minds that I just kind of ramble. I just go on tangents. This video is very short and it's kind of surprising. I think it's down to a couple of things. One is that I took a lot of inspiration from the Hecking's house, which like across the way, which you see me look at a few times, because I don't know how to build in this style. So I just kind of steal some of their ideas. Like I put in one of their weird little balcony things on to one of the bedrooms. And then the other thing is I run out of money. So I wanted to stick to the budget that my Sims actually had. Therefore, I had a limited amount and I made this house pretty big for 2 Sims. So there's room for expansion, and that meant that I didn't have enough money to furnish it all. And so it doesn't look great. It doesn't look perfect, but I mean, there's not a lot I could do without cheating, and I didn't want to cheat. And now it's left my family with like no money, but that also kind of makes it more interesting for me, I think, because I feel like once you get a lot of money in The Sims, it gets too easy. Like it's not that Because once you get to a point where you've got a lot of money, it's usually because your sim's got a good job or is doing something like writing, and then you get a lot of royalties, therefore you kind of never lose that money. So I think it's like quite fun to reset your money sometimes. So I guess me building this house is kind of like the resetting of it. And then I hate when walls clip through windows. It just really bugs me because the lighting difference. So this bit ends up being a bit weird. I kind of made it into like a little nook that you could walk through that maybe like, what's her name, Rosie plays in. And it's like, yeah, I just made it as like a little, it's kind of like the equivalent of having like a tree house, but just a nook. It's just a little nook. I might make a tree house actually. That sounds quite fun later on, because I also didn't have enough money to build a garden or do anything with the garden. So I just used like some debug trees and like flowers and for the landscaping, because I thought it was better than nothing, because I literally had no money left. And then I got to that point where you're like going, do I need this thing? Should I sell this thing in order to get this thing? Because I wanted to upgrade like my table to a 4-seater table, as in like a, well, you know, it's technically fits 6 seats, whereas before I had one that technically fit 4, because I thought it's a big house, it looks nicer like that. And then, yeah, I wanted like some other stuff, and I wanted to put like a little table in that little nook where the, what do you call it, where the stairs are. But yeah, I was running out of money. I was just trying to buy cheap stuff. I put that table and test tube that I got free in that room just as random because I didn't know what else to do. And yeah, that's just how it worked out. I did lose some footage, I think, because I just forgot to put recording on. So you'll kind of see me now give like a little bit of a tour of what I did, which isn't a lot. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, even if I did lose some footage. I'm sorry about that. And if I get some more money, I'll give it a big makeover and I'll film that again. So yeah, I hope that happens soon. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.